fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
54 Mike. All day.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Opening drive. Fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week, 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, they had Coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Ready, break.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill? Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Throwing on first down. Wagner got his man there complete to Gallup. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. First carry for Josh Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. And this one is right through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Operating from the gun, Costello. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Kill.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Bryce Love hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a carry for Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Wagner. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Ready? 18 game. Hey, 2.
58 for Mike. I'm scared. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you.
Smooth.
Boys, 58.
Ready?
From the gun, Costello. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Costello. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Wagner. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. The point after is good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A first down carry by Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
60-yard attempt.
Effort, but it's well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jacobs now. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before break. Costello. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Back to throw. Wagner. And some room to run now. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And a quick throw here. That's complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
X3, 218, chop it.
On second down now, it's Jacobs, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, it's Jacobs, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score, Raiders 20, Buffalo 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 22 yards there, a first down. On first down, Costello. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello finding Green complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Going to give it to Love. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Bryce Love with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point safely through, and the lead will shrink to 6. Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
56, check 56. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Lead driven.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. And that is incomplete here.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Intended for his wideout. Incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Ready up.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ready, ready. 30 base.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wagner, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Come on, let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Love. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Costello. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Check 13. Check 13.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On the ready.
56. Check 56. You can't block me. You can't block me. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Shit. Hard. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick here is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Got it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ready,
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
26, Cowboys 14.